Hello, friends, Romans, and also countrymen. And I am here with another game from the Humble Indie Bundle 6. I played a little bit of this game, and I just thought I'd show it to you, because it's pretty interesting. It's called Jamestown, as you can see. I'm playing with the controller, because you wouldn't guess it, because you can see, okay, you would think, Jamestown, Legend of the Lost Colony. What do you think when you see or hear that? And with like the little guy standing on the cliff and floating islands, I think RPG. I think like old school pixel RPG. That's what I think. But it's not quite that. And I will get to that in a sec. But first, I want to show the options. I want to go through because there's kind of not a lot of them. There's full screen, pixel perfect, which just scales down the image to the actual size, proportional stretch, and crazy stretch, which just stretches it to your screen size. I have it on proportional, and then just music volumes. But you can rebind your keys, but not in the options, which is a little strange to me. That's why I wanted to show you, is because I'm one of the people who always looks at options and whether you can rebind your keys, and you can, but it is not in the options menu, which is a little weird. Anyway, let's get right into it. Start game. So, basically, the story of this game is Jamestown. It's basically future Jamestown. Like colonies are being forged, created. I guess. But anyway, the East Frontier. At the edge of the British territory, Martian warriors loyal to the conquistador. Yes, Martians loyal to Spain. Spanish Martians is who we're fighting here. Wreak havoc on settlers. Alright, we're gonna go for normal. Nah, I don't think I can do any of these. And let's not show the prologue, because I just want to get right into the gameplay. Okay, now this is 4-player co-op, which is quite neat, especially because that means I can do co-op with somebody right next to me on my same computer. I can be using a controller, or I can have multiple gamepads, and they can be using a keyboard or a gamepad. So it's just really cool. Now you see here, this is where you rebind your keys. Now, I actually don't know if I can go out of this without binding them. I don't know what you hit to cancel. So I guess I'm gonna have to rebind them. I've rebound that to A. I believe my special is X, and Vaunt was B. I don't know what Vaunt is supposed to mean. Oh, pause. Okay, I don't know why that was there. See, that's kind of annoying that you can't cancel out of it. But anyway, let's get right into it. So pick a ship design. Now you might be a little suspicious and going, oh, why the ship? What do you mean ship? I thought you were the little guy standing on the edge. Nope. This is a Raiden style game. A shoot 'em up, as it were. This is a top-down shmup. Shmup being an abbreviation of shoot 'em up. So you've got your little crazy beam weapon. And you've also got this crazy beam cannon, I guess. It's pretty cool. I am quite a fan of this giant beam cannon. Now, there doesn't seem to be any limitation on using this, as far as I can tell. Now, as you can see, I have a good computer, and this game is lagging a little bit when there's a lot of explosions. So, be warned, because this is a Raiden-style game. And you wouldn't think it's too graphically intensive because of, it's just sprites. But if you see the amount of sprites that are going on the screen at one time, any given time, like each individual screw is a sprite, or I mean, not screw, but nut is a sprite. Every enemy in it, pretty much every beam thing is also its own sprite. So because of the way that shmups are usually built. So, yeah. Just be a little careful when running this game. you may want to do something to optimize it, I guess. But as you can see, it's a pretty solid shoot 'em up, top-down shoot 'em up, Raiden style game. I say Raiden style. I'm sure people have other, games that they reference when talking about top-down shoot 'em ups. I always reference Raiden because that was the one I kind of grew up on, and I love me some Raiden. Raiden is an excellent game. But what aspects that I'm not seeing of the sort of classic shoot 'em up, top-down shoot 'em up like Raiden, is there don't seem to be a lot of power-ups. For one, see, I'm already on the boss. Now this Vaunt, I don't know what this does. I don't know whether it makes your beams more powerful or it only lasts a certain amount of time. But I guess it's some sort of it's a boost or something. But what I'm not seeing is a lot of power-ups. Now, granted, this is the first level, so they may have not introduced power-up system yet. Now that, I remember these from Raiden. Oh, dark times. Oh, that's bullcrap. Seriously? It's like tracking bullets. That is ridiculous. I remember the spirals from Raiden. Yeah. So far, dying in this game seems to not happen a huge amount when you're actually just playing. But it does have a classic continue screen, which is accompanied by it actually gives you a number of credits that you currently have. So that's kind of cool. I like it. It feels very arcadey. But again, I don't really see power-ups going on here, which is a kind of a key part of most shoot-'em-up games, because you get like Raiden, you keep trading in and out power-ups and getting all of these different things, and it's very cool. But I love the style. I love this sort of cool aesthetic, and I'm also not reading any of the story because honestly, it's a top-down shoot 'em up Raiden style game. I don't really care about the story. I'm in it to shoot some stuff with a cool ship. So we're gonna play one more level of this and just see how it progresses, because I've only played through the first level one time before. But now we're going to see just how the second level is, and then I would advise you guys to go out and get this for yourself if you are into... Ooh, yeah, lots of sprites, meaning lots of lag. I'm getting really distracted because I actually like playing these kind of games, and thus I'm actually really into the gameplay. What I was going to say is, definitely pick up this game if you're into this genre of game. Me personally, I grew up on this stuff. I played this game at an arcade near-ish to my house back in my Boston days, because I lived in Boston, Massachusetts for a while, and there was an arcade near my house. It's like story time. There's an arcade kind of near my house, and it was connected to a bowling alley. And that's kind of where everyone had their birthday parties. Like, this is way back. But that was where everyone always had their birthday parties, so we would always get to play all of these arcade games. And Raiden was probably my favorite. Yeah, and there were just many a time that I have gone back to Raiden and played it. Granted, I'm god-awful at it because it's so chaotic. Now, I'm just gonna switch back to actually talking about the game here. I really love the sort of ambient stuff that they have going on here, like the rain and the backgrounds. Everything is very, very well planned out, well done pixel art, which I always appreciate. And it does feel like a really arcadey game, especially with the credits too at the bottom. Like I love that. I love these homages, these games that are homages to the old arcade cabinets that if you were a child of the 90s, you kind of grew up with, unless your parents never took you to an arcade, and then I feel for you because, or you never got to play these cabinets, because I feel for you, I really do. Because that was some good childhood experience, just being able to play legit cabinet Raiden. And that actually brings me to a point that has nothing to do with the game, which is at some point in the future when I make lots of money, a Raiden cabinet is something I'm going to have in my house, because challenging, that's the best way to settle anything. Just be like, alright, let's go out for dinner. Who's gonna pay? Alright, Raiden battle. Whoever lasts the longest in Raiden doesn't have to pay. Like, just everything decided by battles with a Raiden cabinet. That'd be amazing. But yeah, back to the game. I definitely think if you are into these arcadey, top-down shoot-'em-up games, I would really suggest it. It's a very solid one. The only problem I can see is, so far, no power-ups, which I guess isn't really a problem if they really add a more complex weapon system and upgrade system, because they do have a shop outside of the level, outside of the game. But as far as in-game power-ups, if that's not really a big part, then that I can see that as being a downside. But other than that, really the only other thing is just the lag, because it's not really an arcade cabinet built to handle 80 sprites on on the screen at once, especially because they've done a lot of individual floating things. If you look at some of the older games, the older top-down shoot-'em-ups that were on computer or a cabinet were often didn't have a lot of individual sprites. There were a lot of clusters of sprites that they made into one sprite that is just animated. So that's something I would look out for, because I'm getting lag right now, as you can tell. And I have a rig built for gaming. So yeah, I would just be warned about that. But otherwise, if you think you can handle it, this also may be because I'm recording. That may, in fact, I can pretty much guarantee it's probably contributing pretty heavily to the lag. But I must say, oh, did I use up my? I think I used up my Vaunt, which I don't really know what that is. But yeah, that's definitely contributing. But I also think if my computer can even lag with this while recording, I can record most games that are much higher quality, 3D rendered stuff on the highest graphics setting and record with no lag. So again, just be warned about the lag. But if that is really not a concern for you, then I would get up upon this game, because it is a very nice feeling, satisfying homage to the old shoot 'em up era, and I love that. I love those games. They're one of the few kind of categories of games that I'm kind of alright at. So that helps. Okay, I think we just beat the second boss. Have we done that, or do we continue? Yeah, there we go. We have completed it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out our website, namelesspixel.net, for more content, and make sure to leave a rating and a like, because those really help us know what you enjoy and what you don't. And so, without further ado, enjoy your day.